Hello, this is a TradeSight Forex Market Preview and Global Economic Data Roadmap Analysis for the week beginning Sunday, June 23rd, 2013, ending Friday, June 28th. Hope you had a good trading week this last week. Start by looking at the US dollar index, see where we're at. We did sell off last couple weeks and then got a solid bounce following the Fed announcement on Wednesday. That's taken us right back in the middle of this range that we've been in for the last several months. We were flat here back in March and April, if you will. It's like a value area of March and April right in this area. We've come right back up to that area. You'll notice that we've got a static trend line up here, got a static trend line down here, and we've stayed between the two of them. So that's kind of interesting for the red line especially. But so far, we're nowhere on a seeker or a Comer count. We're just literally mid-range with nothing spectacular going on. Now, if I go take a look at the euro dollar on the daily chart, and again, obviously this rolled because the dollar got stronger the last few days. That puts this one back in no man's land as well. You can also take a look at, for example, at the pound dollar. And this one you'll see is a little bit higher up on the chart, but stalled up basically at that green static trend line, rolled over sharply here. We did get a 9-bar move up and then rolled over on this one. So I would say in general we're in limbo. The ranges were a little bit better at the back end of the week after this announcement, but overall things have not been too exciting from that perspective. Here's a look at the euro dollar 60-minute bars going back basically the whole week, and you can see the action in the range. And obviously here's the Fed announcement, made the jump on Wednesday, and then we continued to slide after that. But you can see how flat we were on Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday ahead of that number. Realistically, we were in a 100 pip range for the first 2.5 days of the week, which is horrible, obviously. And then the total range for the week ends up being about 320 pips. And if we take a look at our other friend, the pound dollar, you'll see obviously a similar plunge on Wednesday. Ranges were a little bit wider earlier in the week. We did make some money on the pound this week as well. But overall, you know, most of the movement that you can account for is in this one-hour bar following the Fed. That accounts for half of the range of the week. So let's take a look going forward. Again, I don't see anything particularly looking at any of the pairs that signifies a breakout point on the chart or anything that I should be concentrating on, and I don't see any seeker or Comer numbers on the charts either to be worried about. So we're just going to focus on the intraday trading, and let's see what this week's got for us ahead. So on Sunday we've got New Zealand visitor arrivals, credit card spending. That's not really a big deal. Monday we've got the German and Belgium business climate numbers, and then the CSPI out of Japan. That's really nothing. Nothing in the U.S. as well that whole day. That's 5 data points that gets us all the way till Tuesday. You don't see that very often. Italian retail sales at 4 a.m. Eastern Time on Tuesday. Inflation report hearings out of the UK. We've got durable goods here in the U.S., the HPI here in the U.S., consumer confidence here in the U.S., that's a big number for stocks, not really for Forex. New home sales, Richmond Manufacturing Index, and a speech out of the Treasury Secretary. On Wednesday, we've got the UBS Consumption Indicator. UK's got their Bank of England Financial Stability Report and the CBI realized sales numbers. Final GDP for the first quarter out of the U.S. at 8:30 a.m. Crude oil inventories. You got trade balance out of New Zealand on Wednesday night. Europe's German import prices, German unemployment change, money supply out of Europe. This is all Thursday morning early, along with the retail PMI. UK's current account and final GDP for the first quarter, along with their revised business investment data. EU Economic Summit. We've got unemployment claims as usual Thursday morning here in the U.S., along with personal income and spending, some home sales data, natty gas numbers, and more Fed members speaking. Thursday night, Japan goes to town with manufacturing PMI, household spending, CPIs of various forms, unemployment rate, preliminary industrial production, retail sales, Australia's private sector credit numbers at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time on Thursday. That takes us into Friday, where we've got housing starts, German retail sales, nationwide HPI out of the UK, German preliminary CPI, French consumer spending, Italian preliminary CPI, and then from Canada, their GDP, RMPI, IPPI. U.S. has revised Michigan sentiment data and the Chicago PMI Friday morning early. Keep in mind one thing about this week. It is a full week. There's none of our big three. We have no Fed meeting. We have no quarterly numbers to worry about. So it is a straightforward trading week where there's a lot of focus on the stock market because of what's going on over there. That should have some impact on keeping the Forex market active. And then keep in mind the following week is going to be kind of sporadic because we have the U.S. bank holiday on Thursday for the 4th of July. That's going to slow things down probably throughout that whole week. So this week has a chance to be a little more normal. Hopefully we can get the ranges we like to see, get some good trades on. We had a nice week this week, but next week probably not going to be quite that. So we'll see how that plays out. Everybody have a great weekend, and we'll look forward to seeing you here in the lab.